Hi, Bill Henshaw here again, another in my series of ongoing videos on recent events, especially this COVID crap, and now the outright murder of George Floyd. And you got to say enough is enough. When is it going to stop? Now, at the moment, we do not appear to have a lot of options. If you don't know, the state bar associations are in control of the entire government, at the behest of their bosses, the New York Wall Street banksters. Just about everything you do, they're in control of. The one area at the moment this is not true is you get in there in the jury and sit on a trial, especially a criminal trial. The one thing you can do now that they can't stop, you bring back a not guilty verdict and or hang the jury one way or the other. Not guilty. I don't care if it's Ted fucking Bundy. Not guilty. The court doesn't have jurisdiction. It's not a matter of who did what to whom or what happened or did not happen. And on this, as usual, and this case doesn't come from the 9/0 part. It's one of the few cases I start cite that doesn't. But a judge in a case in Montana in the turn of the century, 1900, when the Constitution was still taken seriously, ruled in a case, and I know a bit about this case behind the scenes, that he was probably setting a murderer free because the guy had been tried and convicted in a Montana state court for a murder in a federal military base. And the Montana Supreme Court, in throwing the conviction out, said they didn't have jurisdiction. They were wrong. The federal judge, in throwing the case out of federal court, knowing that double jeopardy would now attach, said, and I quote, "It is unfortunate that a murderer should go unwhipped to justice, but more unfortunate that a court without jurisdiction should exercise it." Case is Tully v. United States, 140, Federal Reporter 899. Send me an email at un@court@gmail.com. I'll get the information on this case and information on my docket packet, which now include a COVID packet. By the way, those of you who don't know, the Donald has mobilized federal military troops on God knows what authority to come knocking on your door, needles and probably bazookas in hand, to give you free, albeit compulsory, COVID vaccinations with who the hell knows what ingredients are in there, and a government that has got zero credibility to start with, especially on this issue. Thank you, Anthony Fauci, for that. But this is what we need to start doing, is saying no and making it stick. And I think we can do it by setting administrative records. And I'm prepping another class action petition to the 9/0 parts to stop Trump from doing this. I can't find anything in the Constitution, even in a state of war, which we're not known to be in. But read my materials, you're going to find out what war it is that they think behind the scenes is still going on. But that said, you get on a jury, not guilty, even if all you do is hang the jury, 11-1, and you can bet sooner or later, within the decade, they're going to do away with unanimous jury verdicts, despite the recent decision of the 9/0 parts in Ramos v. Louisiana. And indeed, I have read case law that strongly suggests that the quote-unquote states can do away with the right to trial by jury altogether. I don't see what the problem. I mean, the 9/0 parts have already said no jury trial in a criminal misdemeanor case. Blanton v. Las Vegas, 489 U.S. 538. We have no rights. These bastards are bound to respect, and it cuts across racial lines. We all need to stand up together. It was never about civil rights, about which more in another video. But trust me, you get on a jury, and probably the last time you will, not guilty. I've been domiciled where I am now for 28 years. I've never been called for jury duty, and you can figure it out for yourself why that is. That said, send me an email for information, unincourt@gmail.com. Like my videos, subscribe, tell your friends, get the word out. We can stop these bastards. They've gone too far this time. If we have a constitution and right to trial by jury, we can stop them. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen, and we're not going to have any more of this nonsense with first-degree murder. I mean, God, it's unthinkable. When I was growing up, we couldn't imagine anything like this. But then we had peace officers, not law enforcement thugs. There's a big difference there, and it all rates to martial law rule. Well, I've run on a little bit, but in any case, send me an email, youwinincourt@gmail.com, and I'll give you information on what I have. You're going to absolutely love it. It'll protect you and your kids when the feds come marching around to your door. Thank you.